All right, think about how many times a day you use a search engine. I mean, it's our go to for everything, right? From finding the best pizza place nearby to settling a debate with a friend. But have you ever stopped to wonder how they actually work? Well, in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on the whole thing: the tech, the magic, and yeah, the business behind that little search bar.
Okay, so to really get what search engines are up against, you've got to appreciate the sheer, beautiful chaos of the internet. I mean, think about it like this: the internet is the world's biggest library, except there's no librarian, there's no card catalog, and people are just throwing billions of new books onto the shelves every single second. It's a total mess.
So, that's the big question, isn't it? In that massive, disorganized library, how on earth do you find the one specific page you need? And not just find it, but find it in like less than a second. It seems impossible.
All right, so to figure out how these engines work, we've got to start with a different question first. Why do they even exist? And trust me, the answer isn't what you probably think it is.
So check this out. This quote from our source material really flips the script on everything. It says that Google, Bing, you name it, they're not really in the business of giving you those free, organic search results. At their core, they are advertising companies. Their number one job is to make money.
So, what's the deal with all those free results we get then? Well, they're basically the means to an end. See, by giving us really good, trustworthy answers for free, they build our trust. We keep coming back. And the more we come back, the more valuable those paid ads at the top of the page become. It's a brilliant business model, really. So, the next question is, how do they build a system that's so good we trust it implicitly?
Okay, let's get into the mechanics. It all starts with discovery. Before a search engine can even think about ranking a web page, it first has to, find it and figure out what it's all about.
This whole process really boils down to two main steps. First up is crawling. You can picture these little programs, sometimes called bots or spiders, just constantly scurrying around the web. They jump from link to link, discovering all the new pages and content out there. Then comes step two, indexing. Once a bot finds a page, it saves a copy of it and organizes it in this gigantic database. Think of it like they're adding a new book to that massive, chaotic library we talked about.
But here's a really important detail. When a page gets indexed, the engine isn't saving what you and I see. The pretty layout with pictures and nice fonts. Nope. It's just saving the raw code, the HTML. It's kind of like having the blueprints for a house, but not an actual picture of what the finished house looks like. It's just a bunch of instructions. So how do they solve that problem? Well, that brings us to a super important third step called rendering. This is where the search engine basically opens the web page in a behind-the-scenes browser to see it just like a person would. It processes all that code to see the final layout, the images, the colors, everything. This is how it goes from looking at the blueprint to actually seeing the finished house. It's crucial for understanding the real user experience. Now, this whole process highlights a major bottleneck. Get this. There can be a lag of several weeks between when a page first gets found and indexed and when it finally gets rendered. Just think about that. For weeks, the search engine might only have the blueprint of a page, not the full picture. It's basically flying blind, working with incomplete info for a pretty long time. All right, so the engine has found the pages and it's starting to understand what they look like. Now comes the biggest challenge of all. How does it decide which pages are actually good and which ones are the best for your search? This is where the brain of the whole operation comes in, the algorithm. A lot of us think of a search algorithm as some single, top-secret mathematical formula. But a much better way to think about it is like a recipe. Not a simple one, though. It's like a master chef's recipe with hundreds, maybe thousands of different ingredients. And each ingredient plays its own special part. So what are these ingredients in the recipe? In the search world, they're called ranking signals. And there are literally hundreds of them. We're talking about everything from the actual words on the page to how fast the site loads to whether other websites are linking to it, which is kind of like a vote of confidence. All of these signals get mixed together to figure out how good a page really is. But things have gotten way more sophisticated. To really understand the world, modern search engines have moved past just looking at words on a page. Now, they think in terms of entities. An entity is just a fancy word for a specific thing or concept in the real world, like a person, a city, a company, or a movie. And this shift from simple keywords to entities, it's a total game changer. The old way was just matching words, so if you typed Tom Hanks movies, it would look for pages with those exact words. But the modern way is so much smarter. The engine understands that Tom Hanks is an entity, a specific actor, and that movies is a related topic. It understands the relationship between them, and that lets it figure out what you really want, leading to way better results. Okay, quick recap. The engine has found the page, it understands what it looks like, and it's analyzed its quality using that master recipe. Now comes the final step, the moment of judgment, deciding where that page is going to rank and what the final results page, what we call the SERP, is going to look like for you.
And this all happens in the blink of an eye. The moment you hit enter, the engine first tries to figure out what you're really looking for. Is it a question? Are you trying to buy something? Then, using some really smart machine learning, it decides which of those hundreds of ranking signals are most important for your specific search. Is it freshness? Is it the authority of the website? And finally, it builds the entire results page from scratch, just for you.
Yeah, the days of just getting a list of 10 blue links are long gone. Today's search results page is a totally different beast. It's a dynamic mix of all sorts of things. You've got the paid ads, of course, but also those knowledge panels on the side, featured snippets that try to answer your question right at the top, and even carousels of videos and images. It's a whole mosaic of information. So what's the big takeaway from all of this? It's that search engines are changing from simple directories into what you could call answer engines. Their goal isn't just to send you to another website to find an answer anymore. The new goal is to give you the answer directly on the results page. Why? Because it keeps you on their platform, in their ecosystem.
And this huge shift leaves us with a really big, kind of tricky question for the future. I mean, if search engines keep getting better and better at giving us direct answers by summarizing content from across the web, what does that mean for the actual websites and creators who produce all that original content to begin with? It's a huge tension, and how it gets resolved is pretty much going to define the next chapter of the internet.